Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. Luke Sandoe has passed. I'm sure you might have heard. If you haven't, the rumors have been confirmed. He has indeed passed in his house in the UK. We really don't have a lot of information as to what's happened, and I would not even begin to speculate out of respect for him and his family and his memory. Obviously, Luke Sandoe really was a guy who made a huge impact the last couple of years on our industry, not just from a competitive standpoint, but from a standpoint of just being a personality. And I think that is what he is going to be remembered for. He placed third at the Arnold Classic last year, which was probably the highlight of his career. The best I had seen him. He worked with our very own Chris Aceto, and Chris, told me some great stories and had some great times with Luke Sandoe in the room, getting ready for these shows. And, if you saw his Instagram, if you looked at the stuff he posted, if you saw the podcast he did with Fuad Abiad, the guy had a great personality. He was entertaining. He called it like he saw it. He had his own style with earrings and the beard, and his whole, persona was completely unique and original. And I think that's why people followed him, and he had such a crazy social media presence, because he was his own person. He just wasn't like a stamped out clone bodybuilder like everyone or most of the people in our industry are. He had a unique way about him. He had a unique sense of humor, and he basically called it like he saw it. And there's a lot of pros out there that are afraid to do that, who are currently competing. He didn't care. He had almost that Lee Priest attitude, like, here, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And the fans loved him for that. And I loved having conversations with him. I loved interviewing him. He was a breath of fresh air. And once again, I hate making these videos because I've unfortunately have made way too many of them recently. We've lost way too many brothers and sisters in iron, and that really hurts me emotionally, because here's a guy who was in the beginning of his career. He was just starting to hit his peak, and he was just starting to realize his potential. I know he had, a loving family, and I send my prayers, and I send my, all the healing energy I can give them, because I can't even imagine what it must be like to lose someone so young in the prime of their life, like Luke. And he will be remembered, obviously, in our industry for a very long time to come, because of that great personality he had, because of the style he brought, because of the friends that he made. And he does, you talk about people who were well liked. I don't know if there's a bodybuilder out there who would actually say a bad word about Luke. I think everyone I talked to loved Luke. They really, they felt some kind of a kinship with him, and they felt like he was a legitimate person. He wasn't a fake or a phony, and I think that resonated with a lot of people, and certainly with the fans. I know you guys, the fans out there, love people who tell it like it is. So, without further, speculation or prolonging this video any more than we need to, until more information comes in, we're going to just say Luke Sandoe has indeed passed. He will be remembered, not forgotten. And our prayers and all the RX Muscle family here send out, our condolences to Luke's family. Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle news update.